going into this tunnel up here, which is kind of neat because it actually burrows through this mountain here. But I mean, it's just an incredible view. It's, you know, I mean, I don't even have to say anything. I mean, obviously, me taking this with the wide-angle lens, you know, and then putting it on YouTube, and you're watching it on like a little 2.5-inch screen, you're not going to get the full effect of what I'm seeing right here from the pilot seat of this R6. But believe me, I mean, this kind of thing stirs your soul to look at. It's gorgeous. I feel so fortunate that I spent 3 years on this island and got the opportunity to hang here. And we're going through the tunnel. One thing I like to do here in the tunnel, I always like to pull my bike in to neutral and rev the engine just because I love the sound of the reverb. It's an immature high school thing to do, but I got to do it. I'm dumb, I know. A lot of times you'll come and it'll be sunny on one side of the mountain and then just crazy rainy on the other. But yeah, it's pretty much the same, but you do see that we are having a little bit of blue sky, even though we're getting a little rain, so it's a double whammy. And there's been so many times in Hawaii that I've been in sunshine and it's been raining on me. It's really weird. But the island's only, you know, it's only 15 miles or so across, but everywhere you go on the island, it's got different weather and different vegetation as well. Right now we're on what's called the windward side. We're heading towards the leeward side, which we won't go all the way over there. It's a pretty long haul. But on the leeward side, it's flat, and it's got kind of a brush kind of thing. There's even cactus over there. And over here on the windward side, it's always wet, and it's very rainforesty, as you can see. But we're getting a little bit of rain. It's no big deal. It actually is, the temperature dropped probably a good 15 degrees just then, but obviously it won't come out in the video.
I wanted to film my rest stop. This is all for you wooden chairs. I love it when there's actual motorcycle parking. It's always cool. Do a walk around here of the R6 just in case you get to see it. That's my ride for the day. It's not a bad bike. Actually, I would say it's quite a good bike. I'm really enjoying this guy. We're filming now with the Fuji FinePix Z20. That other footage was taken with the Kodak, and again doing a camera test of both cameras. Also, I ran the battery out of the Kodak, so obviously I have no choice but to roll with the FinePix. I don't really like to ride with my visor down, which is kind of integral to vlogging, but I generally ride. I've got these sunglasses that are shooter's glasses that are what like SWAT team guys wear, and I will wear those because they are bullet resistant to a small caliber, very slow velocity bullet, like a 22, kind of thrown at you by a very angry dude. But anyway, they're safety glasses, and I usually wear those with my visor up because I like the wind in my face and whatnot. But vlogging, I've got to have I got to go camera down. Now I've kind of noticed that the 570 or the Fuji kind of sits in here funny. Now this is my old neighborhood. This is where this is actually the road that I filmed the Billmaa Needs Your Help video. So it's kind of cool to see. This is kind of what I was seeing then while I was driving my car, talking to you guys. But this is the exact road that I was on. I'm filming now with the Fuji, as I just previously mentioned. It's not as wide angle as the Kodak, and it doesn't really sit in my helmet because basically I built one mount for both cameras, and I really concentrated on how the Kodak sat in there. And so I just kind of slab dashed the Fuji up in there, and it is what it is. I gotta say that the R6S has a much more comfortable
seating position than the regular R6. One thing I didn't mention earlier, that one of the differences between, like, let's say you bought a 2005 R6 versus a 2006 R6S, they look exactly the same, but one of the big differences is that the R6, the 05 R6 has an upside down fork, and the R6S does not, has a conventional fork, much like the one that was on the YZF previous. What does this mean to you? Upside down forks are generally more stiff. They flex a lot less. But most people, and I'm talking 95% of riders, are not going to be able to get that extra bit of performance out of their bike anyway to notice that flex. So it's not that big a deal. We're heading up to what the Hawaiians call the country. And it's hard to believe this is Hawaii, because I mean, it looks like, you know, Kansas or something, just these rolling grass plains. That's actually Kansas is flatter than this, so I don't know what my basis of comparison on, but it doesn't look like Hawaii. But we're heading up to the North Shore. One of the things about by way of motorcycle is that our goal is to travel all 50 states by way of motorcycle. And to prove that we've actually been there, we always took a picture by the state line. Unfortunately, there's no highway coming into Hawaii to stop at and take a picture. And I thought about this, how to get around this dilemma, for a long time. And up in the North Shore, there's a sign, there's a town called Haleiwa, and it's a famous North Shore surfing town. And they've got a big sign there that, oh, we got to come to an abrupt, aggressive stop. Anyway, they've got a sign up there, welcome to Haleiwa sign, and that, I made the command decision to make that my official by way of motorcycle establishment sign, to prove that we actually rode a bike in Hawaii. But I guess this video is proof enough, but I don't know, it's just a personal thing. But anyway, the North Shore is kind of like well known for the pipeline. It's got some of the best surfing in the world. I've always heard that the North Shore here in Hawaii and some places in Australia and South Africa are basically the meccas for surfers to go. During the winter months, the waves are extremely big. I've heard of 40-foot faces out here. I've never actually come out here to see it, because usually when the waves are that big, I mean, this place is like crazy busy, and you can't get anywhere. And so it's like not even worth it to come up here, because the only way to do it is to get up at like 4 in the morning and actually beat the surfers out. When the waves get that high, I guess the surf patrol, the lifeguards, or whatever you would call them, they actually block it off to the novice surfers, and only like the professionals can get out there and surf. But some of the waves are just massive. One of the weird things about riding up here, it's really funny because there are pineapple fields up here. There's pineapple fields up here, and when you're riding a motorcycle, you can actually smell the pineapples, and it's a really sweet smell. Actually, right up here is the Doe pineapple, the little touristy thing. And I'll quit talking, kind of glance over at it. But they've got pineapples in there, but there's a lot of pineapple fields here. And as a motorcycle, so I can actually smell them now. I wish I had smell-o-vision on this camera. But as a motorcyclist, the first time I came through here on a bike, I smelled that pineapple smell, and it's a sweet smell. And of course, automatically, I thought I was leaking antifreeze, because antifreeze smells sweet. And I was checking my bike out, and I stopped, and I'm like, what the hell's wrong with this thing? What's this sweet smell? And then it just hit me in the head, this big idea that oh yeah, it's pineapple fields.